Now, it looks like we are living in a period of very rapid and very systematic, very consistent dismantlement of democracy. Look at this emergency, how it's called, Emergency Act?
Civil Legislation, Civil Contingencies Act. And
yeah,
Legislative Reform
right.
Act.
I mean, my immediate question, why do we need it? Britain survived, what, 2 world wars, war with Napoleon, Spanish Armada, not to mention Cold War, when we were told that any moment we might have a world war, a nuclear world war, without any need to introduce this kind of legislation, without the need for suspending our civil liberties, introducing emergency powers. Why do we need it right now? There is no explanation to that. Now, recently they are pushing a bill through Parliament about these regulatory reforms, which will suddenly make ministers legislators, who would be, without informing Parliament or bothering to tell anyone, introduce new laws. Now that can make a dictatorship out of your country in no time. And it seems to me that no one is taking any notice of it. People seem to be so apathetic. My only hope is that now, since the smoking in pubs will be forbidden, so the young people who sit in pubs all the evenings and doing nothing else might become offended and join our ranks. But that's only good news so far. In general, when I go up and down the country and speak to some groups, it's all mostly middle-aged groups. There's hardly a young face in the audience. And that's frightening, because middle-aged group can make some obstructions, can make some protests, but they don't make revolutions. We are too old for that already. Our entire hope is that the younger generation will join the fray and start doing something. Then we will have some hope. In reality, today's situation is really grim. Major political parties became completely taken in by this project. None of them really opposes it. And above all, most of them became very corrupt. Conservatives practically disappeared. I mean, they look like an endangered species now. So I don't really expect much from their side. Who is going to defend our freedoms? Who is going to do anything? It looks that we are heading to some kind of a collapse, some kind of a crisis. Most likely outcome, if there is no change in people's attitude, most likely outcome will be an economic collapse in Europe, which in due time will happen with growth of expenses, growth of taxes, what they call harmonization of taxes and social services. I love the word. It's straight from Orwell. For example, tell me, if in Sweden they pay 90% and we pay 40%, what will harmonization mean for Britain? Multiple choice. If the tax remains the same, is it goes up or is it go down? Very simple question. And of course, in due time, all this inability of them to create a competitive environment, overregulation of economy, bureaucratization of all this, it will bring to economic collapse. Particularly the introduction of euro, which anyone in financial business will tell you is a crazy idea. Currency is not supposed to be political. Currency is supposed to be currency. And if you have the interest rates established for all 25 countries in one place, then no one would be satisfied with this interest rate. It would be something average. So we lose the regulation of financial side of it as well as business side. So the ultimate result, and I have no doubt about it, will be a collapse of the European Union, pretty much like Soviet Union collapsed. But don't forget, when these things collapse, they leave such a devastation after themselves that it takes a generation to clear it. Just think what will happen if it all comes to economic crisis. The recrimination between nations will be huge. It might come to blows. Look at the huge number of some third world countries, residents now living in Europe. What will happen with that now? And that was promoted by European Union. What we'll have? We probably will have, like in the Soviet Union at the end, We had so much of ethnic strife that mind boggles. No other country could show it, except probably Yugoslavia. So that's exactly what will happen. We have to be prepared for that. This huge edifice of bureaucracy and so on is going to collapse on our head. Because of that, I'm desperately trying to explain to everyone, the sooner we will finish them, the better. The less damage it will be done for us, for our countries, for our future. But we have to be quick, because they are moving very fast. Very fast. Is it difficult to defeat them? As today, in today's world, no. It's simple. If 1 million people will march on Brussels, these guys will run away to Bahamas. They are not used to this kind of things. If tomorrow half of British population refuses to pay taxes, nothing will happen. No one will go to jail. Today you can do that. What will be tomorrow with fully fledged Europol, staffed by former Stasi officers, or whatever, or Securitat? I don't know. Anything may happen. We are losing time. We have to defeat them. It's not enough just to be critical. We have to sit and think and work out strategy in the shortest possible way to achieve maximum effect. Otherwise, it will be too late. So, what should I say? My conclusion is not optimistic. So far, despite the fact that we do have some anti-EU forces in almost every country, it's not enough. We are still losing, and we are wasting time. Thank you.